Welcome back to Mavericks Research. This is Michael Moyle. It is November 18th, 2024, and we're back with another crypto market update. Where do I even start? So much has happened over the last week, over the last month actually, and the market has just gone gangbusters. Bitcoin now at, well, it's hovering slightly below 90K. It pushed into, I think, 92K. What's really important though, is not so much even, let me reset the scale here. There you go. It's not even so much where it's trading right now, or if it has dropped a lot, but it's correcting sideways, it seems. And that's something we haven't seen very much over the last few years, where we see this massive pump higher, and then the market just stops. And it's been stopping now here for like a week. It's crazy. Normally what we used to see over the last year, because, well, last few years actually, because everyone was so skittish, is that we have a big pump and then people take profits because they're like, oh, I'm locking this shit in, right? So here we are. It's just looking fantastic. I actually left these old, this is from like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, actually, these expected move lines. Now we have the indicator that I built, which is really cool. I'm going to talk about that next. Part of a super bundle, by the way, which is going to start very soon. So be ready, guys. This is going to be amazing. But let's kind of take a quick step back and see what happened here. And you remember the expected move line here, the upper expected move threshold, which I calculate, and which you can get for completely free right here. Here are the numbers. I calculate them fresh, they're right out of the oven, every Monday. And this is accurate. This shows you one standard deviation of what price should be doing. And I mean, this is not based on implied volatility. It's not based on options data, unlike the one we actually enjoy on the stock side, which is just beautiful. But I decided to use that. Oh, this is actually Bitcoin right now, but just shows you an example, right? And it's been holding up so nicely. It's been framing the price action so beautifully that I think, wow, we're probably not even going to need the implied volatility data to use this. It's been just so spot on and all across the board. So if you're not a member, if you just want to enjoy freebie for a while, go to this URL right here, bit.ly/crypto_EM_ranges, right? Easy to remember. EM, by the way, Echo Mike stands for expected move. Easy to remember, right? Bit.ly crypto expected move ranges. Everyone can go there. Everyone can check it out. And you should. If you're trading any coin on the Binance side, by the way, I have to pick an exchange, obviously, when I run these stats, right? I could do it on several exchanges, but I mean, who has the time? I do this on Binance, and I mean, come on, we're getting like all the major coins. We're like at 678 coins here. I don't know, actually, I just realized it's double. Okay, I have to check my script, so forgive me. Some of the coins show up double. I'll fix it, no worries. But yeah, the numbers are obviously correct. That was the same, so it's not that these are different numbers, but next week it'll be fixed. I just had a lot to do over the last few months, actually. It's been absolutely crazy. And on top of everything else, the price action recently, all the systems have come into focus as well, and everything's just performing like gangbusters, and I'm feeling like a kid at a candy store, and I have a sweet tooth. And yeah, you can tell, right? The energy. I just feel so excited, and everything's just so awesome. Lately, the market has just been going crazy. It's pushing our direction, looking bullish as, AF. And look how far we've come, right? But what really also thrills me is that the systems all have performed very well during the most difficult periods. We're going to take another look at that in a second. The bear market, in terms of gravitas, for example, it's been just kicking butt and taking numbers, and then it really nailed the advanced higher, and then we're going to look at this later, but for now, let's just focus on the market, enjoy what we have here. This is a nice run, and talk a little bit about where we're going next. So this is where we're looking at just basic price action, and you can see that we're kind of hanging up in the middle of nowhere right now, and this is kind of hard to project where we're going next from here, because when we're looking at the expected move range here, and by the way, if you're clicking here on the side here, you can scroll in and out, right, on this tool. Members will have access to this, by the way. It's going to be available under ripplequants.com/statistics. I'm calling it statistics because I'm also offering statistical data on the stock side. So you can type in a stock symbol here, but also a Binance symbol. So both work, okay? And for each symbol, for instance, you type in Ethereum USDT. I think it also works with USD. I have to check the script. Okay, let's run it. Takes sometimes a second because it's got to do the stats in the background. And here we are, right? So I haven't looked at this chart yet. I have not looked at this chart yet today. But I mean, just look at this. I mean, this is just beautiful, the way it frames the price action. I mean, it's just spot on. And this is done every Monday early morning because, we're trading 7 days a week in crypto. And it calculates the expected move ranges right here. And it's just beautiful. Wow. It freaking nailed it. I love it. So kind of interpret again what this means. Here, we're starting the week today. It's Monday, so we're starting the week here, and it's basically giving you the expected move ranges up and down. And if you use these numbers right here, to roll up and roll down weekly, these are weekly expected move ranges, and you go to Ethereum, for example, in, let's say, TradingView, you can plot those in, and you're going to get the same numbers, okay? So this is the poor man's approach, this is the member approach, which I find much quicker. I got really tired of drawing those lines, so I sat down and wrote this damn thing. It took me a while, but it was well worth the effort. Wouldn't you agree? So here's Ethereum, and it kind of participated. It's pulling back more than Bitcoin, obviously. See that? And was kind of to be expected. I was hoping it would continue higher, but so far it's at least holding here. That's good. Let's see what it does next. So obviously right here about, let's say, 3450, 3400, something like that. I'd say that's the inflection point. If it busts over the upper threshold and the spike high here, then it's off to the races. Let's see what happens, okay? Next, let's check one more time. Let's check Ethereum here as well, Ethereum USD. I want to see a little bit more context. I can do this here too, but I only have 2 years of data on that. And yeah, let's skip those lines, remove drawings. All right. So in terms of price action here, well, we're kind of in the middle. We've come a long way since March of 2024. And if I reset this price scale here, let's see overall context, right? Well, where are we with Ethereum? So this is 2021. Okay, peak of the market, right? Well, unlike in Bitcoin, we're still ways away. And we're still kind of working our way out of this zone here. So yeah, Ethereum is not out of the woods just yet. It's participating in a positive fashion. But, you know, again, look at this correction here and then look what Bitcoin is doing. So clearly, if you have to make a choice, be in Bitcoin right now. That's what I'm doing. Looked at my Bitcoin account today for the first time. Actually, in over a year, I haven't touched it. I just my big account. I'm like, whoa, nice. Big smile. That's why my smiles today. So will forgive me my youthful exuberance today. So this is Vixen, actually. This is stock-based. I just checked that too. I'm like, wow. Part of the bundle, by the way. It's going to be awesome. All right, so let's take a look at Gravitas and what it's been doing. So here's a different view of, this is basically how Gravitas sees Bitcoin, right? And this is the indicator here doing its thing. And you can tell, right, it's trying to decide when's a good time to be short or long, because it's always in the market, Gravitas, right? Unlike Veritas, which has different cycles. That's more like a market trend signal, shows you, okay, a market seasonality signal, so to say. Are we in cash? Are we in Bitcoin? Are we in Ethereum? Or are we in altcoins, which is, of course, when all the fun starts. But so far, altcoins is they're still kind of working their way up there, but they're getting better. And we're going to talk about altcoins in a second as well, so have no fear. Gravitas. Oof. Talking about nailing this and talking about surviving this mess here. I mean, this was just like, it's spent really like 6 months in Siberia and doing hard labor here. I mean, I'm like, damn. And then finally, I picked the perfect spot to go long. I mean, okay, yeah, should have done it on here. Yeah, maybe it tried, got very briefly. It went actually long here. Can you believe this? It went long here, collected a bit of profit, went like for 1 or 2 days, it went short, and then immediately snapped back long and boom, just beautiful. And what is the outcome? Well, now, over the last 4 years, now we're at 117K, just holding Bitcoin, short or long, right? If you wouldn't be short, of course, you would have been in cash. Probably come out close to the same, because a lot of people screw it up, trying to time the swings. But this is how you would have ended up. It's been profitable every single freaking year, even during the bear market. So this is just, wow, crazy, looking good. So no complaints. Here is Veritas, and again, we talked about Veritas before. It's the seasonality signal, and well, I mean, just freaking look at it. Right? Just beautiful. Doing very well. All right, and then we've got CryptKeeper, or CryptoKeeper. Yeah, it's CryptoKeeper, sorry. I was trying to be funny with it. I gotta make this chart a little bit smaller. This chart is actually, all these charts, by the way, all these graphs are publicly available. If this video was sent to you via an email, I'll probably have the URLs in there where you can actually check all these graphs here. And so this system right here, CryptoKeeper, trades altcoins, and it trades them intermittently. Let me pause this real quick and try to pull up actual alerts so you get to actually see the alerts as well, okay? So here is CryptoKeeper taking the entries, and there are no exit signals. Why? Because we have very specific exit rules, and that's something I really like about the system. You don't have to think. It gives you the coins you can take. It really doesn't matter which of the coins you take. Doesn't matter. They all perform almost identical. Honestly, I've done the stats. And we only take 3 coins at a time. The instructions are right down here in the signal. You can never get it wrong, because if you know how to read, then you will understand what to do. I mean, it's just all in there. Every alert tells you exactly what to do. There's a A and B type of report. One you basically hold for a day, the other one you hold for 2 days. That's the only difference. Otherwise, I just take a long entry in any of those, and the odds are usually that one of those coins, or at least 2 or 3 of those coins, are actually available on your exchange, no matter where you trade. So it's a sweet system, and it's just been doing so well. I've been trading this live for a while now, and I mean, look at this. What I like about it is also the more difficult times. Yeah, this part here. It was really sitting around very nicely, and now, I mean, it's just really participating perfectly. And that's what you want. You don't want any deep drawdowns. And when, especially the altcoin market is ready for the plucking, right? When it's ready to take an entry, it strikes and it sends you a signal, and then boom. That's it. So everything's really coming together very well. I'm super happy, obviously. And yeah, let's talk briefly about the super bundle. So a bunch of things are going to be in the super bundle. I decided this time, because I've done bundles at the end of the year before, they're popular. And this time, however, given where we were heading and all the things I've been working on over the summer, because I had this hyper-productive summer, and I decided to put together this super bundle, which combines a bunch of things. And I will not talk about everything today. I've already showed a few things. The one thing I'm going to show you, there's actually 7 or 8 things in this bundle. It's crazy. And the one other thing I'm going to show you, which is actually crypto unrelated, this one trades on the spiders. And it's called Vixen because it trades actually on the basis of trading the VIX. So if you're a stock trader, pay close attention. If you're trading the spiders, if you're trading the EOS futures, this is something you will be extremely interested in. This is live, by the way. This gets updated every night. There's no hocus pocus. There's no obfuscation. There's no smoke and mirror. And it just ticks along. It just sends out a signal when it's ready to entry. I actually have a longer term profit graph, which goes back all the way to 2020. And it's just, I'm not kidding, a 45-degree line up. It's crazy. So this is not just the last year or anything like this. So what is Vixen all about? Well, Vixen trades on the basis of the VIX and the 3-month VIX. When you deduct the 3-month VIX from the VIX, or the other way around, you get something. It's called the IVTS, the Implied Volatility Term Structure. It's a fancy name for basically observing the delta between more medium-term and short-term volatility, implied volatility. And what does it tell us? Well, it tells us a lot about what the market thinks. And a lot of people actually, especially professional traders, trade on the basis of that. There's like this really a small club of a few hundred traders in the world to trade on this basis. You read all kinds of exotic white papers. And if you're a super nerd, just look up the IVTS and you find probably, it makes for good reading if you seek something to make you fall asleep very quickly at night. Read a white paper about the IVTS. But having said that, of course, in my approach, I always try to squeeze some edge out of something, and that's what I've been doing with Vixen. So I've been trading this manually for a very, very long time. And over the years, I kept posting, I actually have this chart here. If I go to my site here, let me actually pull up repliquants.com. Let me go over here. So here's the IVTS hacker. I have had this running for a very long time, actually. I've got 2 signals here. I've got the control signals, which is the IVTS RPQ, which is my own. And I've got the actual raw signal, and you can see these deltas, right? So when this condition happens, I always saw an edge, and I've been trading on the basis of that. And I've been trading this for a long time, and eventually I thought, okay, let's just build a system around it. And that's what I basically did right here. I built a system around that. I automated it because it just works so well. And you got a very high win rate, and you can see that right here, especially on the long side. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to wrap all these together, Gravitas, Veritas, Vixen, and CryptoKeeper. All these cool tools that are thrown together, all these systems, all these signals, what you see right here, let me jump over here, the IVTS tool that I just showed you right here, the statistics tool, Gravitas, Veritas, CryptoKeeper, and so on, Vixen. And here's Fidelis, that's also another system I've been trading, which is basically Ethereum and Bitcoin, just long. I'm throwing everything into the pot this year. It's going to be available as a super bundle. There's going to be the zero indicator even in there, which I haven't even shown you yet. I'm going to make a video just on the zero indicator and all kinds of cool tools. It's going to be insanely useful to you, and it's really going to help you trade along in 2025 and beyond and take advantage of what's coming. And I think we're looking at a really very exciting year, given where everything's heading. And I want you to be well armed and prepared. Find yourself on the right side of the tape. And I think the tools that I've built, the signals I've built over the last year, especially in this summer, I really think it's going to benefit you immensely. All right, that's all I got for you today. It's looking wonderful. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. And more information will be forthcoming shortly. I will tell you where to sign up. And I think you're going to like what you're going to see. All right, that's it for me today. See you all next time. Cheers.